Hi guys, it's Targon. We're picking up where we left off in New Vegas and here in Boulder City, but we're not going to stay here. We're going to go back down to Novak, and I think there was some side quest to do here. I thought maybe not, maybe because I made Boone very upset. But those people were talking about people coming to steal their animals in the night. But I guess maybe they were just talking. I thought it sounded like a quest. Hello, Angelo. I don't think there's anyone in chat but you, but it is nice to see you, sir. How are you on this fine day? Yes, you are back. I'm doing well. How have you been? Alright, so let's just explore somewhere here. Somebody said there was a cool item, so we'll just go in this direction-ish, and if we die, then that'll be a thing that happens. But we could just check out, what's going on. We need to get a shotgun. We don't have to get one immediately, but that's like a big priority because I took a perk for shotgun armor piercing, and so normally like our setup's fine, but when we get those hit squads, as happens pretty often. All right, what's here? Is that one of those little bloat flies? That's okay. I remember there being like real big flying bugs from when I played in the past. I think they have like C's and Z's in their name, but it's not these little guys. Man, I'm a bad shot. Pathetic. Terrible. Alright, now that they see me, okay, maybe some of those shots were hitting. You had a very pleasant Christmas dinner at your sister's place? Awesome, glad to hear it. Alright, so is this... Okay, those are all death claws. We're not going there, we'll die. They're like a lot better at fighting than I am. Like, so much better, you wouldn't even believe it. But our handy dandy robot tells me there's some kind of people over here. Some kind of enemy. Not sure what, but we know they're not friendly. Because EDE has lit them up as red and not yellow, so we'll be confident in taking shots first and asking questions later. Oh, never mind. He's already... Wow! Whoopsie daisy. We've already walked on a mine or something. Let's not try to approach from that side. I'm convinced that my companion is the only thing that's getting me through this game. That's okay. You know, it's good to have friends. What's this game about? So, it starts out and a gangster is shooting you and robbing you of a package. You're a courier in the Mojave Desert, and this guy takes the package from you and shoots you and leaves you for dead. But you don't die. Instead, you're rescued by a doctor in this little town called Good Springs. And then you show up there and start making choices. So the world is torn and ruined in the aftermath of a nuclear war. And various factions have arisen, gangs, systems and semblances of governments. There's one called the New California Republic. It's got a bear on the flag. There's one called Kaiser's Legion because they're a bunch of Rome nerds and they know how to say Caesar properly. They're awful. They're the absolute worst. They're much like the real Roman system. So systems of slavery, uh, every depravity and bad behavior known to man is exercised gleefully by Caesar's Legion in this game. They're bad dudes, so much that every other faction, even with their significant problems, sort of pales in comparison, at least to me. There are some things that I judge rather more harshly than others, and Caesar's Legion, they're rotten. There's like some various gangs. There's these guys called the Powder Gangers, and they were like forced laborers with and it doesn't look like we're finding anything out here in terms of side quests. So we'll just go up here to Boulder City where the quest wants us to go. So we've just basically been trying to retrace the guy that shot us and left us for dead. Because it's our job to deliver this package, and we're trying to figure out why this dude picked us out of all the people. Because right before he does it, he gives this wonderful speech where he's like, hey, you're probably wondering how you got mixed up in this, and so on. And then he's like, the truth is, the game was rigged from the start. And which is a suspicious thing to say to somebody before you unsurreptitiously put a bullet in them. So that's the setup. This robot here, I found spare parts and put it together. But so yeah, it's an open world game. Some parts of the world are rather more dangerous than others. But we started out over here, and then we went down this loop. They have these sort of dinosaur things called death claws that are often in the areas that are off of the roads, and you can't win fights with them, not if you're me. So we've been various places and tracked the presence of the guy in a checkered coat to this place, a place called Boulder City.
With some great cons right now. The brass at McCarran has ordered me to lock down the ruins until it's been resolved.
This guy's with the new California Republic. You can tell by the bears. So the NCR, that's their acronym. The NCR, I've done some stuff for them so far, and I'm on their good side. Basically, I haven't done anything against them, though maybe I've done some stuff that doesn't exactly favor them. But we're quite on good terms. I don't know like what our level of friendship is inside of the game, but we've helped them out and stuff. The Great Khans are the name of a gang. It's a dumb name for a gang because the Great Khan is a title. It's a dumb name for a gang.
Was on its way back from Novak when it came under fire from the Great Khans. They radioed.
It's not important, but it's a dumb name.
Instead of waiting for us, they chased the Khans into the ruins where they were caught in a crossfire. No deaths, but not all the squad got out.
To be clear, many gangs do have very stupid names. And so the Great Khans being a name of a gang would make sense because people that form criminal gangs often are not particularly knowledgeable about, say, Mongolian history, which is a fascinating thing in its own right, but maybe they just associate motorcycles with horses and thought, we'll be the Great Khans, that's a thing, even though, like, it's not a coherent title. Like, Caesar's Legion is a coherent title, but if it was, like, a group of emperors, you'd be like, what are you even talking about? But we are going to say that they might have one of my stuff.
Have been killed or captured, you're welcome to retrieve any property they've taken from you.
And negotiate a deal? No. We're going to ask him what he's going to do about the hostages. I don't want to be like, I could sneak in, because let me tell you, that is not going to go great. I don't have soft feet.
I don't like it, but the brass has their reasons.
Well, we could try to negotiate a deal, and then... man. I guess we could try to sneak in, and if it goes badly, they'll all die? Oh, man. Well, they were sort of with the guy that shot me. I don't think Tizzy's going to hold agreements against all of the people in the gang. And after all, the saving of innocent lives is important. So maybe we'll try to negotiate it. And if it doesn't work...
The hostages are as good as dead when we attack. All right. I'm going to give you a chance to talk to the Great Khans. Their leader is a man named Jessup.
Ah,
If we
Jessup,
hear
yes,
shooting, we'll be
yes.
coming in, but it'll probably be too late for you.
I'm glad, Angelo, that you like my little footnotes here. And I'll say, I understand.
Good.
So, this is a great time to have a silenced 22 pistol. Now, if you're thinking right now, there is no way that you're going to Assassin's Creed this and get away with it, you're right. You've been paying attention. I'm not very good. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Let's Metal Gear Solid this. With our robot that's going to play massive... He plays, like, funny, aggressive marches whenever we get around opponents. I don't think sneaking's going to work. But we're not supposed to sneak, right? Yeah, we're supposed to try to negotiate. That's right. I remember.
Man, I'm sick of this place. Can't wait to get back to Red Rock.
Man, I'm sick of this place. Can't wait to get back to Red Rock.
Both of these people are very anxious to get back to Red Rock. I don't know if that's like the Red Rock Amphitheater, which, if it is, like, that's smart for them to be taking control of that. You know, good acoustics. So here we have a hostage situation.
Hello. Fuck Benny. We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
So here, that person Benny that she doesn't like, he's the one, that's the name of the guy in the coat that betrayed me. Now what we could do now is start trying to put a murdering on, but we're going to try and not live up to our namesake, Tisiphone, and just be a good Tizzy, and try to peacefully converse here. Now, am I even tracking the right quest anymore? No, I'm not. Alright, so... Was he in the building the whole time? Did I just need to, like, open this door? Yes.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs.
Hey, Jessup! Nice to see you, buddy. Hey, I get to say I got better? Yes. Fantastic. Look, I'm a simple man, and I like Monty Python Holy Grail references.
And here I thought us great Khans were tough to kill. So, what happens now?
Well, Benny, where's my stuff?
Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back.
I completed the quest They Went That Away and got an achievement for it. It is the main quest line, I think. Alright, so let's talk. Do we want more answers?
Yeah? On what?
What can you tell me about
He's
Benny?
one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true.
Too many bottle
There was
caps.
still no way I could pass up the chance.
What do you know about my
Just
stuff?
a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum though.
Because they're rich. Why did Benny betray you? Was it the mohawk? Some people don't trust people with mohawks, which I find to be very ignorant. As a punk in my youth, I had many friends with mohawks.
He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job,
yes.
so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Let's talk about a
Fine.
different thing. So let us talk
Let's
about solving
negotiate.
this.
The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt.
You know, we could just do this. Yeah, let's not, like, antagonize him.
I can't believe I'm doing this. But alright, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him.
I was a punk, like, you know, you can't put it too strongly. I went to a very large number of punk shows. I wore punk rock t-shirts and I spiked my hair and I pushed people around in dark buildings and, you know, went to a bunch of shows in dirty houses with dirt floors and like all that kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. That was like my high school and young adult years.
Yeah.
All right, so now we keep on taking speech levels, but we need to get... All right, if we take 10 into lockpicking, then next level we can push everything into lockpicking and get to 75. And then we'll be able to open those doors, and that is for some reason important to me. And we'll continue on being good at talking, because I have always fantasized about being a person who could solve problems without shooting my enemies with silenced 22s. Even though I was ready to do it. I was going to put up both my hands and be like, hey. And then EDE was going to play some music. It was going to be great. You want to sell me something, Jessup?
I'm getting real tired.
Alright. You made your point. I should just take these gumdrops, though, just to let them know what's up. I should just take these empty bottles. I should just clean up the place a little bit. I should just, you know what I'm going to do, Sonny? I'm just going to leave you here. That'll be alright. Come on, you're coming with me. Come on now. Don't worry about the Silence 22. We barely ever use this thing. It's okay. I mean, like, when I say I was a punk, like, I also had a job at the public library in high school, and, like, got good grades in school relatively, and, like, got a scholarship to college, because I did really well in school in spite of not getting along with others very well or caring about the content. I read really, really fast, like, really fast, and I'm very good at taking standardized tests, which gave my teachers the illusion that I was a successful student.
Man, I thought I was dead for
Thanks
sure.
for the rescue.
All right, so now we just talk to this guy and say, hey, are you proud of me
Glad
yet?
you were able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not. My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I?
All right, so this is complicated. He sent us in, this guy specifically sent us in, like, as an ambassador with the authority to negotiate the release of these people in exchange, you know, like, for a negotiated release of these people. And then they didn't want anything fancy, just to leave, and now, yeah, so... We'll tell him that he should do the right thing. I mean, he could pretend he didn't get those orders. They're no longer applicable anyway. If they say, don't worry about the hostages, but the hostages are already freed, you know.
You're right. The Great Khans are free to go.
We have gained karma. That's surprising, because I have stolen so many random knickknacks from unoccupied houses, but the NCR has accepted me. They have come to accept me for my helpful nature. And the Great Khans also like me for brokering this deal. So, pretty interesting that I was able to now make friends with one of the gangs and secure my friendship with the NCR by encouraging peace. Which, again, is a very satisfying conclusion to it. Because, well, like, the name Tisiphone is she that avenges murder, right? And as we know from meeting Tizzy in Hades, she's single-minded, but Tizzy's just the name of my alter ego, right? And one of the great things about a game like this is the freedom that it gives you to not just destroy your enemies, to see what it'll be like if you explore other possibilities.
Morning. Surprising that the Khans are going to walk out of here after all that fuss.
And here's Ike. You could tell that we like Ike on
What can
account
I
of
get you?
his fine comb over and finer mustache. Have we already bought all of his stuff? Yes. We wouldn't have very many things because we've gotten along so well with everyone. We need a shotgun.
Come back.
Until you say I'm already doing better than government stormer president. Oh no, don't you put that evil on me. I could be president though. I'm
Fancy
old
meeting
enough.
you here,
And I was born
friend.
here. Those are the only qualifications. So this is Victor. Victor, quite suspiciously, keeps showing up everywhere that I am. And helpfully spouting a little bit of exposition and evasively beans. We're going to say, did you see Benny?
Fancy pants? No, I ain't seen hide and hair of him since the tussle
It's
in
pretty
Good Springs.
suspicious.
I'm sure he ran back to the soft living of New Vegas, though.
How'd you get
Just
here?
rolling along on my spurs. Looks like I just might make it to New Vegas after all.
See what happened in there?
Yep. Guess it's just down to you and Fancy Pants. I wouldn't worry about him. He looks all hat and no cattle, if you ask me.
That idiom is fun, but it's even more fun coming out of the mouth of a robot. And I'm gonna keep on being nice to the robot. Because even if this robot is a
Yeah.
villain,
This is getting mighty
he's at least
embarrassing.
fun.
People gonna start to talk.
And he's got a sense of humor about it. People will say we're in love, robot.
Look me up when you get to New Vegas. I'll buy the first round.
You know what? Why not? He's just zooming on out of there, doing his little skating motion. All right.
Hey,
Hey, Kowalski.
hello again. Is there some?
All right, so the next question is ring-a-ding-ding. And we have to confront Finney at the casino now that we know where he works. Which is all the way up the road that-a-way. I guess this area there is New Vegas, so we are going to get trekking, I guess. We need a shotgun, but we're just going to try to find one, and if we don't, then, you know, we'll try to manage not having one. There's some group of people out this way. They're either enemies, which means we will, you know, hit them in the back with our cowboy repeater. Do we have any ammo in anything? No, we are so ammo light. We will grab a baseball bat and hit them. No, they're probably friends, in which case we won't need a baseball bat. I think these are great cons, and we're pals now. You see, if you're friendly enough, you don't have to hit people with a baseball bat.
We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
Yeah, and these people, they're headed back to Red Rock now, where I am welcome because I'm accepted by the Great Khans because of my, you know, significant skills with being an ambassador. I've rarely been as proud of me as I am today. This guy could have been my enemy, but instead he's going to wear his punk rock vest all the way down this road. I will say that if you call yourself the Great Khans and you don't have horses, or motorcycles, if you're some dork that thinks motorcycles are as good as horses, they're not. But I can see the symbolism of
We've
it.
done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you.
Hey, what?
There's an NCR emergency
Where'd you come
two-way
from?
radio. You call, and we'll come running. You're not alone out here.
Oh,
The
that's
NCR has your
EDE
back.
in the frame. I was like, does he have
Stay
a
safe and
camera?
Good hunting.
So I guess now we could like call in, as he was saying, the NCR. We could say, hey, Breaker, assistez-moi. Voulez-vous assister-moi? Or, you know, whatever language they're using. We're going to do a classic video game thing and walk up this slope and see if there's anything up here. I will hopefully point out the chances of there being something. There will be or there won't be. Ooh, a picnic table. Let us investigate. A pressure cooker. Nice, but why? Why here, a pressure cooker? It would take a long time to cook something in that. Are they sterilizing something? Here, a metal cooking pan, more appropriate. They've got snacks. They've got magazines. They have crisps and empty bottles, but where are all the people? Very sad. Perhaps this is just a place that they come to have lunch every day. Looking out at the treacherous wasteland and the broken cars. You say you've never seen Victor and the guy who tried to kill me in the same place? It is suspicious. It is. And he keeps on being like, oh yeah, that guy? Oh yeah, he went that way. That'll be fun. He keeps on telling me to go to the places that he just so happens to be going to. Alright. I sure don't know what that is, but it sure looks like something. That looks like Conland, maybe, because the rocks are red. So we're just going to keep on going this way. And that looks like a miniature Space Needle, which New Vegas would probably have kitschy stuff like that. So some strange creaking noises. I think this is an NCR outpost. This may be like a major fortification for them. All right, the textures have loaded in. But we're accepted now, so I think we can just like casually walk in. Camp Golf. This is the G of the camps, the most important letter in the early alphabet, because it is hardest to write.
Morning.
This guy's name is Poindexter.
I'm assuming you aren't associated with the Army or the Rangers. What can I do for you?
How'd a guy like you end up in the Army?
It's
What's
a
that
simple
mean?
idea. The Army offers fiscal security and generous benefits at the cost of substantial personal risk, if you're on the front line. If you perform too poorly, they'll scrub you out. Perform too well, and you get sent to the front lines. All I have to do is ride that mediocrity gradient to a cushy,
This guy's
do-nothing
smart.
job miles away from the war.
Are you in charge?
In a strictly official capacity, no.
He's the one who does
However,
everything.
as I am by far the most intelligent and resourceful figure on this
And full of
case,
himself.
I feel it's safe to say the soldiers here look up to me.
I do wonder if anyone else would
Genius
say it.
is seldom appreciated in its own time.
That's really false, actually. Genius is often appreciated in its own time.
To what purpose? It's highly unlikely you'd understand anything I'd say.
I'll get off of
Suffice
it.
to say, I'm a certified genius, and when I'm discharged from this pit of testosterone and failure, I'll have all the money I could ever need.
If the world ends and you join an army, you're not some bastion of independence and masterful planning, Poindexter.
I somehow suspect you'll be back to converse with me later.
Yeah, maybe, bro. Maybe. Maybe I'll converse you with his baseball bat, keep on talking trash about what I do and don't understand.
Hey,
Well, although we're welcome here and can sleep in the beds, hey, that's good. That'll fix our limbs. But, you know, they have Mohawk people, too. Hey, this person's name is Raz. Why are you in the Arnie Homes?
This or the Fiends. The Fiends don't last too long in the NCR. At least this way, the badasses with the top shelf guns are on my side.
Fair.
We don't talk too much, mostly. Poindexter's a smart-ass prick.
Yep.
While Hanrahan's a big pussy, ain't good for shit in a fight. And Mags? Well, Mags is cut out for something other than soldiering. You dig? Whatever. Not like I need any of them. I do just fine on my own.
A soldier that doesn't like anyone in his squad is usually usually a problem themselves, even if everybody else is one.
Ain't much to tell. Grew up out west, in the boneyard. Heard of it? Yeah, not many people have. Wasn't really a good place for kids, you know? I joined up to get out. My family's still back there. What do you want to know? Whole place used to be some kind of rich bastard resort back before the war. Now the Rangers use the old resort and we grunts get to live in tents. Right.
Hey,
What up,
glad to see
Max?
you haven't gotten yourself killed yet.
How you living?
Not much to tell, really. I grew up in New Reno, joined up, took my shot at being a ranger, didn't make it, so I'm stuck with this crew of jokers. Gee, I don't know. Maybe because I'm saddled with the worst damn unit in the NCR Army.
They all
Think that
seem to
might have
think the
something to do with
unit's
it?
the problem. Who's their sergeant? Like, who's the NCO of this band of ragtags that is allowing them to all be in this condition where they have a total lack of discipline and order? Like, who is in charge here?
I guess I wanted to make something of myself.
I mean,
you
I'm not
know?
allowed to ask
Be the
her
best
that,
of the best.
but I'm going to
I
ask
wanted to be a
someone
ranger,
around here
but
that.
Guess this is as close as I get.
Somebody needs to answer for the downfall of military discipline in this establishment. There's no call for a bunch of these jokers to be sitting around in lawn chairs, just bad-mouthing each other all day. They could be digging holes and filling them back up, gaining upper body strength.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're okay people, but they don't care, you know? They don't have any ambition, no drive. They're slacking off, and that reflects badly on me.
This place doesn't
Please.
seem so bad.
Camp Golf is where they shuffle off anybody they don't want anymore. Assignment here is a career ender.
How did you end up assigned
Easy.
to Camp?
This is where they send all the fuck-ups and people they don't want. But hey, it's not like I'm bitter or anything.
Because, like, they're not standing watch. They're just hanging out, trash-talking each other. They got beer bottles here on their, like, car seat recliner things that they've ripped out of buses or whatnot. Like, I want to talk to your sergeant, and then I want to talk to your commanding officer. Here you go.
Alright, great to see you.
Oh, Hanrahan. Are you the one who's afraid of fighting?
I ain't scared. I just don't like hurting folks is all. Ma always used to tell me, boy, you're the biggest and the strongest, so you mind yourself. Every day she told me that. Guess I done took it to heart.
Well, you sound like a nice guy, O'Hanrahan, but maybe you're not meant for the military lifestyle with that attitude about violence,
mostly pretty nice.
sir.
Poindexter showed me how to make fireworks.
Oh, he seems sweet.
Raz kind of scares me sometimes, but I don't mind. He's had a hard life.
I don't, you know, how did you end up
Well,
in
as
the
it
army?
turns out, we had a string of bad harvests a few years back. Pa said he couldn't afford to feed but 3 youngins or we'd starve. As the biggest one, it was my job to go join the army so's my sisters could eat and so's we wouldn't all be killed by raiders and Jesus would love us. It's all right,
Oh,
I guess.
yikes.
I don't like
Oh,
all the fighting
man.
we gotta do, though.
And this is a common enough tale, of course. The tale of the big, simple, good-hearted country boy from wherever who has to go off because there's not enough work and not enough money in whatever impoverished corner they're in, and then they just, you know, get sent off to do the bidding of whoever. And in this case, you know, the NCR, they're mostly not terrible. What we've learned about them so far, some of it's troubling. They have a shoddy command structure. There are allegations of brutalization of local populations, especially when they're taking control of terrain and territory. That's bad. That's real bad. That's coming from, like, previous members of it. But we don't have, like, the out-and-out evil that we're getting from many of the other, like, factions that they're fighting. So, as far as, like, getting thrown into the grinder of military factionalism in this setting, O'Hanrahan got as good as he could have gotten, and it's a very common tale, not in a bad way. Like, this is a good stock character for military stuff. The country boy who would have been happy cutting down trees and farming hay and milking cows and and tending to his life forever, and who gets thrown into these terrible violent situations, and who
I was born on
struggles
a
to
farm out in
come to terms with
California.
it.
Weren't much. Me, Ma, and Pa, my 2 sisters, and about 40
And
acres
without
of corn
asking
and
him, I
farmland.
told
Didn't
him
ever
what
have
his
no
story was
problems,
going to
really,
be.
except for some lean years. Then I joined up and got shipped out here to New Vegas.
What do you think of
Oh,
Can
it's a
Golf?
fine place. The lake is real pretty, and we don't get bothered much by them Legion fellers.
Because the thing is that militaries do need reserves, and you need a place for, for people that don't do awesome, but that, haven't done such a bad job that you have to get rid of them. People that'll be a hand in a fight if it comes to needing all hands.
We won't go quiet.
You need plenty of
Legion
people
can count on that.
that are tending to gear and holding up the dirt in the back. Very important. But is this a squad of 4? They've got coffee. I'm not even allowed to take their pictures. Mashed potatoes, grilled mantis. I mean, these guys got it all. Do they sit with each other? Mags and O'Hanrahan sit with each other. That makes sense. And then these guys sit with their backs to each other. Raz looking towards the doors. That makes sense. And Poindexter, the guy who prides himself on being smarter than everyone, is in a situation where he can't see the points of entry into the area. You also see that from O'Hanrahan. So it might be randomly associated, but it is interesting to see there just the seats that they all chose and how they sort of jive with the personalities that they're presenting there. I don't think there's really a point in looking around in all of these tents. But we might look in a couple. Here's the Misfits tent. So they all live here. We're not going to rob them. Are they all called Misfits tents? Nope, these are normal and, orderly. That's where good games are written, for sure, for sure. This is it's a great experience. I love if there's a game where if you look around a little bit more, the world just feels even more alive. Because there's plenty of things where if you kick around a little bit, there's not really a reward for it. You could talk to the 4 squad mates and they would be like, blah, 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 saying some things that you don't care about. But here we go. This is a tent that's nicer than the other tents because it's got a roll on top of the door. Who knows what that's for? Are you responsible for this? Sergeant McCready, NCR trooper. All right, so 3 people who work for 11 and you, Sergeant. Can you explain these people to me? What is going on in your outfit? How'd you end up here?
I've been here since the first push into Vegas. Back in the day, this camp was the hotspot for conflicts with the Legion, Raider tribes, you name it. These days, I spend most of my time trying to beat a little discipline into the soldiers under my command.
Oh, yeah?
I've gotten soft.
Do you?
Action.
We'll not insult them.
Mostly drill the troops, try to keep the discipline up and combat readiness high. It's not the easiest job in the world. Soldiers without a mission get bored very easily. Still, with
So
the
it
Legion
sounds
just across
like
the river, we have to be ready.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like you're a little disappointed. So he's saying all the things that you would expect an NCO to say, right? I'm doing my job. I'm instilling order and discipline. I'm keeping these people ready. But what we've just witnessed is not that. Without saying it to this guy's face, although we're right here, if your job, Sergeant McCready, if that is your real name, did your mama name you Sergeant? I hope so, Sergeant. If it is your job to make these people better, what were they like before you came along?
Disappointed. We call them the Misfits for a reason. They're undisciplined, lazy, and they have absolutely no esprit de corps.
But he does know how to say esprit. That's very good. This guy must have went to French in
I don't see
college.
much hope. I'm going to make them shape up if it kills me, though. Or them, for that matter.
Did they just show up? Maybe I can help them out. Yeah, that would be nice.
You're welcome to try. Hell,
Let's
maybe they'll
get
listen to somebody
down
they
to
don't see from the solar
business to defeat Caesar's Legion. You know, that kind of thing.
Man, it's my life.
I'm so glad there's a quest to save these people. They are doing a lousy job, but we are going to make a man out of them. You're joined at 16 or still a sergeant? That's a dumb thing to say. That's totally normal. The guy's an NCO. What's he gonna do? Become an officer? Do they have Mustangs here? Because I mean, it's very unlikely that this is built on like a Napoleonic French system where a private might one day have the marshal's baton. You know, most military structures don't allow you to just promote straight into the officer corps except in extreme situations. So it's I'll say this. No, we'll say that's some dedication. It's being a sergeant is a totally respectable thing for a career guy to end up as, especially when you don't know about like how many upper billets there are for the non-commissioned officers in the NCR or anything like that. So it seems logical enough. But oh man, this is going to be great. We're going to teach them how to dodge and dive. We're going to teach them how to jump up high. They are going to have a great time. They don't even know how good it's going to be. They're here in the cafeteria, and Tizzy's going to show up with a baseball bat in hand and say, hey, let's go.
Hey.
We're going to go on a montage. All right, Mags, what's your primary
Glad to see
malfunction?
you haven't gotten yourself killed yet.
Describe to me what's wrong with you, Private.
He did, huh? Well, good luck with that. You'd have an easier time teaching rad roaches to march in formation.
They move the right foot and then the left foot. All roaches march in formation, you just can't see the lines.
Well, if you ask me, what we really need is to get this whole squad out on the practice range. Shape up our marksmanship and explosive skill. I'm sure the others have their own ideas, though.
You know, that does sound good, but I'm not
Okay,
good at
I'll be
those
here if you come to
things.
your senses.
And I couldn't teach them how to do it properly. All right, Poindexter.
You've done an excellent job ingratiating yourself to the top brass. I assume this is some sort of stratagem?
So Poindexter here shows a misappropriation of words. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The brass, I talked to his sergeant. Ain't no brass in a sergeant. Let's get you guys into shape.
Seems highly illogical. What reason would he have for doing that?
He thinks he might respond better to someone who's an authority figure, for real.
This is an unexpected variable. I had hoped to coast on an easy wave of mediocrity to a cushy government pension.
I guess you don't feel so smart now, huh?
Your
Yes.
insults are both unhelpful and unwanted. I'll thank you to keep them to yourself. And what do you propose?
Curse to your hand might cheat? No, we're not going to do that. We'll ask around a little more instead.
As you... Suffice...
Let's see what Ohana
Howdy,
Hunt thinks.
great to see you. To me? I'll tell you what I think this squad needs. A little more basic human niceness.
I agree, you know. I'm not going to say that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. These people are jerks. We'll say, what do you mean?
Folks just don't talk to other folks. And everybody's always cross with each other. That'd be swell.
Yeah.
Only if they knew the idea came from me, they probably wouldn't take you serious no more. So maybe you ought to think about it first.
We're going to tell them all to
I'm
get
sure
along,
more
and then
convincing than
that'll help
Well,
out.
they ain't gonna
We'll give
listen.
them some esprit de corps. We'll say it like the French do. Alright, we've got to convince them to respect the squad and works with them.
Glad to see you haven't gotten yourself killed yet.
Show Tamari SBECT.
Glad to see you haven't gotten your...
Alright. I meant
What you
to
want,
say...
Holmes? Like it.
Alright, so... Maybe we need to
We
wait.
won't go quietly. Howdy, great to see you.
Oh, that's right. He just said that I needed to wait. Of course I need to wait. He's like, you need to wait, and then I'm like, maybe I need to wait. Man, I'm just ignoring this guy. Let's wait for the next morning here. And we'll just hope that no enemies show up, necessitating them getting their act together in the meantime. Baseball bat in hand, it's about time to get these guys rocking out. Oh, Henry is just straight shoving. Here, let me help you, bro. See? That's how to show togetherness right there. Good stuff. Alright, now where are they? Alright, they're all sitting around again. Talk to me, Poindexter. Alright, maybe I messed up. Maybe I need to wait longer.
What you want, Holmes?
Hi, Natasha. We're trying to convince this ragtag crew of misfits to be better members of the military. I'm channeling most of the lessons that I have learned from watching movies.
Hello. Howdy, great to see you.
Alright. So now it's been like a day. And I am hopeful that they will let me talk to them about these problems. Because they all had these ideas. Oh, okay. So now we have to talk to them about the stuff again. And now, okay, that's what we have to do, the conversations we already did.
Shit, maybe you're right.
Okay.
Guess I gotta give him a shot.
We just gotta speechify them. There's Raz. We might be able to speechify all of them just by preaching at them. If only we were doing this earlier, we could have had the narrative direction of doing it all while we were talking to him in the first place. Get up, Poindexter. I got something to say to you.
You've done an excellent...
And then we're going to be, because we talked to him about, you know, who's in charge. So we'll say, if you're so respected, maybe you get this into shape. You know, if we had this quest in the first place, once again, our earlier responsive would have been more germane.
But only because I want to see if it's even possible.
And then we'll get Mags on board.
Glad to see you haven't gotten yourself killed yet.
Because really, these people, their problem is attitude, right? We don't know if they're good at shooting or marching or digging holes, but we know that they're bad at being soldiers.
Well, I guess it's worth a shot.
Because any soldier that gets to sit around on a lawn chair looking at a river and is still complaining when they know that every other place is worse to be, and they're still complaining not just about life in general, but about, you know, the people that they are bunking with, that's a problem. And now we solved it. We have talked to all of them with sufficient speech.
Hello.
Once again, our charisma doing wonders. How's the human niceness working out? Oh, Hanrahan, I'm so glad that we could help the red-boned happy farm boy get out of things, you know, just a real red meat eating guy, a real salt of the earth character.
Toodaloo.
And we get a level up. Excellent. So now we sink all of these into lockpicking, and get to 75. So we can open harder doors, which is very important to me. It's just like so important to me that I can lockpick things. Alright, so night person. Oh, it's a little vampire thing. When the sun is down, you get +2 to intelligence and perception. It probably also does some weird things to things. Here and now gives you another level immediately. That's craziness. Finesse gives you an equivalent chance to get a crit to 5 points of luck. That seems really high, because luck's like a primary stat, and there's only 10 possible points, so that would effectively be doubling my luck. Fight the Power. Not just a great song by Public Enemy, but also this thing. So here we would do much better against the Legion. We could carry more stuff. Alright, so if we just take this level, no. We could take Superman. I think we're gonna take this 5 points of luck thing. That seems the strongest. I mean, it's probably not stronger than another level, but we're gonna take it. And we get the achievement New Kid for reaching the 10th level. Hooray! We did so good. And now we can talk to McCready and tell him that we whipped this squad into shape. We're just gonna carry a baseball bat around. It's alright. Nobody has to worry about anything.
Hello? Well, their test scores are only marginally improved, but I'm hearing good things about the Misfits' teamwork. Disappointed. I'm going to make them shape.
Alright, yep, so we got that sorted out. Excellent. They've got all this ammo in here, and unfortunately we're on good terms, so we can't take it. They are not offering any. But, you know, that's nice. A nice low-stakes mission to help out some Misfits, and who knows, you know, maybe in the future some of those people might inspire greatness later. Here's Doc Sawbones.
Hey, need something?
Look, Doc Sawbones, he seems like a nice guy, but it's not very much of a mustache, is
You
it?
got it.
And I didn't want to say it in front of him, but I'm not inspired by it. I'm glad he's got one. Look, maybe it's as best he can do, and I'm the jerk for pointing it out. But I guess some of the bigwigs are here, so I'm going to knock on the front door and say what's up, if they let me in. Hello, Madam in the Hat.
Morning. When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Right.
Hard to believe this place used to be a luxury resort, huh?
Alright, I guess we'll just walk in the front door to House Resort. There's nobody even at the desk? Well, I'm not going to hit the terminal. No one's mad at me for being here yet. Do they just play patriotic music the whole time? Can I look in the footlockers? No. Can I sleep in the beds? Yes. So at least there's that. Oh, they've got like crutches. This is like a convalescent thing, maybe? Well, no, the medical tent was somewhere else. There's like incredibly valuable combat armor. 5,271? What is it made out of? What I know, I keep to myself. Careless talk saves lives. You can't even tell who's saying it. That's how careful he is. When you steal NCR equipment, tools, and personal property, you are his, well, you know.
Hey, hello.
The Legion waits at the gates of hell, and NCR is going to send them in. The NCR needs are strong. Do not eat irradiated food.
Hello. We can monitor Ranger activity all through the region with the systems here.
So all of these guys are like the best of the best of the best, sir, with
Patrolling the
honors.
Mojave almost makes you wish
That's
for
why they
nuclear
give them those
winter.
fun hats. They're legally not allowed to wear the hats unless they're really, really good at listening to patriotic music, at hanging out in bunk beds. Like, what's even going on with this place? It's just like trashed. I would send these Misfits in here to move some of the rubble out. You know, to like get some of the empty whiskey bottles and the broken ceramic out. I bet those Misfits could be learning a lot about the virtues of scrubbing walls. Give them a sense of purpose. The whole place is a wreck. How long have they been in charge here? Get up.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Sleep in a room like this? I mean, I guess it's alright. This is safe.
You should talk to Chief Hanlon if you have any questions.
He noticed me sneaking around. Okay. He's usually up on the balcony. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that somebody's in charge. Because this place is a wreck, and y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I wonder how you get up on the balcony. Activate broken terminal. Alright. Primary power system available. Check all cords and plugs for connection. Is there a plug that we can plug in? Look like it. This guy is just straight up like doing chemistry next to an old dingy fireplace, next to bent tin cans and pieces of paper and empty whiskey bottles on the ground. Like, what are you, me 20 years ago? Come on, man. That's just a joke. The timeline's way off. But, carrying on. So this dude is working on a small engine in the middle of a room with a ton of stuff. He's got a carton of cigarettes on the bed. This is a believable room. A guy working on an engine in a room like this, I believe. Ah, the balcony is probably right here. Ah, here we are, Chief Hanlon. Might I say that you have a fine beard,
Back west,
sir?
You don't see too many of these. Lakes, I mean. Natural or man-made. Any kind, really. We neglected the dams or pumped all the water out a long time ago. Owens, Isabella, the San Luis. Drained the aquifers of everything they had. Just a lot of mud and dust now. It's a different feeling watching the sun come up over the water. Takes some getting used to. But if you're here long enough, it starts to seem normal. That's what a ranger's life is now. Looking east. You must be the courier folks have been talking about. Word on the radio is that someone wronged you back in Good Springs.
Yeah, somebody's got to fund the military, right?
Burning decent people up. But it sounds like you've done right by the NCR.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Now what can I do for you?
that a government or a military has funded their operations through that sort of thing. Tell me about yourself. I don't want to say, do you ever stop talking? I like
Folks
this
around
guy.
here call me the chief, but handling's just fine. The Rangers run themselves pretty well, but I try to lend a hand. Mostly administrative work, helping coordinate intel on the radio. That and keeping an eye on the fires growing across the water.
Fires?
Legion fires. They burn high wherever the Legion goes. Caesar's a hard man to figure out, but he always wants you to know when more troops are at your front door.
So the Caesar guy, as presented, like this dude is a Rome nerd, right? And that means the Legion is going to be modeled on the Legion pretty heavily. Probably post-Marian reforms, probably. So they're always going to be like in entrenched positions every night, that kind of thing. Like the Centurion armor with the crest, even if he doesn't have the numbers for it, it would be important to him probably as a dork for it to be period appropriate. If you took down the gladiuses and the javelins, he probably copied the design really well out of a book. This guy probably compromised for other things, and doing the fires is just another aspect of that. Anyone who names himself after Gaius Julius Caesar the dictator, because that's probably the one he meant, might have been Augustus or one of the later ones, but
The best of the best, worst of the worst. He came out of NCR, one of the followers of the apocalypse. Like a lot of the followers, he went out in the wilderness with a partner to try to help those who needed helping. Not much different from how the Rangers used to be, except with books and medicine.
So he used to be a teacher and then got totally out of line?
He met a missionary from Utah.
Oh yeah, culty stuff. Great. Awesome.
Graham helped translate for the followers and the tribes. All three of them got nabbed by the Blackfoots down there, back when they were still at war with every other tribe in the Southwest. Somewhere along the way, he realized he needed to educate the Blackfoots or they were going to get wiped out with the rest of the tribe. Showed them how to use guns, how to make explosives. Once he taught the Blackfoots a thing or two, they needed him. And he no longer needed the followers, NCR, or anyone else.
Why would they not know how to make explosives and have guns? How would that knowledge have ever been lost in
He
America?
became Caesar, and Joshua Graham became his legate, his right hand. And that's where Graham stayed until Hoover Dam. Losing the dam was the worst defeat the Legion ever suffered. Graham had been with Caesar since the beginning, but he had to set an example. The Praetorians covered Graham in pitch, lit him on fire, and down into the Grand Canyon he went.
Alright, so not modeling himself on Gaius Julius Caesar then. So the thing about Rome is that it didn't really execute its own leading citizens for a long time. But that during what we would call the downfall of the Republic and then the dissolution of the Republic with the civil wars, with the triumvirate and all of that, it started to be much more common for people to get killed for being on the wrong side of politics in Rome functionally. But it would still have been vanishingly rare for someone to be executed for a military failure. I know it's a fiction scenario, but it's just interesting because a guy who models his stuff on Rome to that degree is breaking with the Roman tradition of not executing people for failing.
It's not that clear cut.
Oh, did he live through it? Never
Graham
mind.
was the toughest son of a gun anyone around these parts had ever seen. Before Hoover, we had 5 kill reports on Graham from Rangers and 1st Recon sharpshooters who tried to take him out. Some folks think he's still alive. Call him the Burned Man. Yes and no. The
Because what's the
Blackfoot's
point of
don't
being
exist
obsessed with
anymore.
Rome if you're
Just
going
like any
to
other tribe that gets swallowed by the Legion.
do non-Rome stuff
Caesar
the whole
takes
time?
the tribal out of the tribe. Scrapes and burns off tattoos.
Oh, the fiction's
breaks
about
up
us forgetting how to
families,
make explosives
forces
and using
mixed
guns. Yeah,
breeds,
for real,
all the
right?
old loyalties die away. The only tribe in the Legion is the Legion. Caesar is the chief, father, and God, all rolled into one.
How is the
It's
NCR
no
doing?
secret we've had better campaigns. Holding this whole length of river isn't easy. We're stretched thin and the long 15 just keeps getting longer. Slow to get supplies, slower to get reinforcements. NCR's Senate has got funds tied up at the Boneyard. And President Kimball ordered our most experienced rangers to chase ghosts down at Baja.
What's going on in Baja?
Complicated. Goes way back. I told President Kimball that we need more rangers here. He accepted that, but took the most experienced ones and sent them south. Patrol rangers are good men and women, but we're about to fight a war.
What about the troopers?
You've seen it yourself.
Yes, I have.
Some of them don't even have proper service rifles or armor. Our heavy infantry, power armor units, they're back in NCR territory protecting the interests of Brahmin barons against small-time raiders. Brahmin barons only have one vote at the ballot box.
Another common
They
story.
have a lot of money to throw around. Senate elections are coming up. Local representatives don't want to push any more funding to the Mojave campaign because it's unpopular. Most of the folks around the Boneyard haven't been to New Vegas and probably never will. All they know is that their money gets sucked away to this desert and their brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters die here. I could tell you a lot if you had the time, but at my age, I'm not sure which of us would get tired first. What do you want to know?
Hello, Tristan. Why are the Rangers
There's
here?
a lot of answers to that question, but it started with the Ranger Unification Treaty. We weren't always the only show in town. Nevada had its own posse, the Desert Rangers. They fought Caesar even farther east out in Arizona. Years back, we met with the Desert Rangers at Mojave Outpost and agreed to help them against Caesar if they would join the NCR. Well, there's what we're supposed to be doing and what we're actually doing. There's a big gap between those two things, about as wide as that lake out there.
What are you supposed to be
Protect
doing?
against all forms of tyranny. As simple as that.
A
30,
good
40
goal.
years ago, the wasteland was full of despots. Slavers, raiders, tough-talking hoodlums with gangs who'd like to kick around towns. Back then, the NCR military was still young. Couldn't cover much ground. It took groups like ours to tip the balance back to the good guys.
What do you actually
Sitting
do?
on the shore
Hanging
of
out?
Lake Mead,
Yeah.
looking east.
Drinking
Listening to the
coffee?
radio, trying to not get too many people killed. I'm too old to be slapping leather, but I had hoped for something else. Not too long ago, they took Nelson and Searchlight. They got some camps on the eastern shore of the Colorado, and the monstrosity on the hill across the lake. That's for Caesar. Some folks don't believe he's here yet, but you can tell. He's the eye of the storm. You don't have...
Tell me about
was
Nelson.
barely set up. We had a big stretch of unprotected land between Forlorn Hope and Searchlight.
Forlorn Hope.
and
What a
Nelson
name for a
was the
town.
solution. A deaconess named Dead Sea took the place and caused a lot of damage. Searchlight was worse. One of Caesar's Frumentari must have found something in there. Flooded the whole camp with radiation.
All right, well. We've now gotten a lot of context about how the NCR is operating and helped his troops get together and walked around this ragged place. At least their ammo dump is well organized. Who's this fella? Is that him at the base of like a mech robot? Anyway, nice mustache. Radio not helping much. Not even allowed to look inside the vending machines. Don't worry, I'm not doing anything wrong. Am I allowed to look in this? What if I just sit behind you and reach over your shoulder? Oh no, I'm not scientific enough anyway. Can I sneak here and see their report? Squad readiness reports terminal. Alright, here's the good stuff. Misfits, rifle range report. They're bad at shooting and firearms. Their team coordinate is bad, and their individual rivalries are there. Team building exercises. Grenades. Appalling lack of skill. It's a miracle they retain all of their limbs. Ranger Alpha. And it won't give me the access there. So I guess that... Oh no! We got in trouble for looking into the system. Whoops. Oh well. It was worth it. I guess that was like, we could have cheated the scores to make it look like they were doing better. And that would have been the thing there. Alright, so... where to go now? And just keep on going this way. It was nice to poke around Camp Golf, get this sorted out. Get a lot more context for the sort of people that the NCR are. The NCR are. Because with all organizations, especially military political organizations, there is a stated goal, and then there are practical goals, and then there are systems of power that exist outside of those goals that use them for their own gain, right? There's no point in making war if you're not going to exploit the material that you're getting. There is a family of wolves here. And I have 3 bullets. Do I have something for this chambered? Yeah, we got this chambered in 223. We're fine. Oh, it's just coyotes. That makes sense. If they were wolves, they would be larger. And it wouldn't make sense for them to be creeping around here. Only half of them are upset about this. Are they trying to lure me in where there are 500 more coyotes? It doesn't matter. Set them up, knock them down. And now the coyotes are taken care of. Do they have anything good here in the coyote den? These are the real questions. Looks like they were just minding their own business, but coyotes are no friends, you know. They're I would class them as like aggressive scavengers. They'll take what's laying around, but they are perfectly willing to make other stuff laying around. Here we have a mole rat pup. But, you know, we'll just, we'll stop it before it becomes a real mole rat. Pretty bad defenses for Camp Golf, I have to say. It's made out of wood. They've got that land around, but I mean, this is, you could just creep up on the outskirts, stone's throw, a couple incendiaries, put the whole thing up. They didn't have any sort of fire suppression system, and we know that there are like grenade launchers and that sort of incendiary stuff. So just really, really, really bad design there. As we approach the mountains, there are a lot of enemy markers. So let's just wait an hour. That way, if we die, we can walk away. Oh, it's just geckos. That's all right. I have radiation poisoning. Why? Oh. Because this golden gecko has been eating me. Right. Well, I know what I do. Alright, that went rather well. Whenever I see a giant gecko, I just reach for my nearest massive plasma rifle and shoot him. Why are the geckos like this? Well, there were large nuclear bombs that ravaged the world. And it twisted and poisoned the land. Hey, Vault 34! We found a vault. Alright, so what's going on in Vault 34? A lot of red. Our HP is very low. We should walk out and heal up before we come back. Because we can just fast travel right back, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't fast travel when enemies are nearby. Sure. How about now? Because there's no point in us going in here with, like, radiation sickness and all that nonsense. We've got relatively low ammo, but that's okay. We can just baseball bat our way through. But yeah, the nuclear stuff, that's like that's the setup for all this. So this vault, there's a company called Vault Tech. And I don't know what's going on with them. Vault 11 was amazing. So they set these people in vaults, which are these underground structures that like locked them in, and they're like evil sociology and psychology experiments. Like Vault 11 had a very, very crazy sort of election system that I don't want to spoil. It was really quite nuts. And so, like, the different vaults have different qualities. I don't really remember it. I went to, like, 2 in the past when I played. I haven't played this game, like, super extensively, and not in many, many years. But this one, we can get mushrooms? Nope. All right, so... But what we know about the vaults is that they were designed for purposes, and whether or not they make sense, you know, they all were made, you know, for specific things, and often they're twisted. Like, it's some stuff that they wouldn't let you do in a university today. but they might have let you do like 60 years ago if you were rich. Golden gecko hide sells for a lot. That's good. Alright, so there's a bunch of toxic waste here. But this is just like we could take on our flashlight. It's not working very well though. I need more ammo and lower calibers. I hate to use 10mm on stuff like this. Hey, 10mm rounds. Now I've got more. That's good. We have really low HP, so we just need to drink some dirty water. Sure, why not? And here we go. It's beginning to look like a vault. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was called a vault dweller. They're carrying 10mm rounds, but not using them. This is like what locks and unlocks the door. So, in the past one, I missed an early, like, quest thing from a console. I didn't look around enough at the beginning, so we're gonna spend extra time looking around here to make sure we don't miss anything. Because there were, like, some bodies on the floor. And then, like, a console thing, but I found it on my way out. Alright, busted console. And a bunch of friggin' zombies. Oh no, there's more of them! Alright. Fortunately, this thing where I slow it down and fire, it's called the VAT system, but it's like the, it's the assisted damage. Alright. It lets you target things, and some of your stats, like, give you more points to use it. Dark Sky, you asked, did I watch the show? No, I did not watch the show. People told me it was good. But no, I didn't even watch any of it. Alright, so they are packing 10mm rounds, which is good, because we're using those same rounds to shoot them. Alright, a computer. Now let's find out something. Welcome! Welcome to Vault 34. This vault features a state-of-the-art fitness facility, including a full-size pool. And these aren't words. I was trying to read it. I was like, is this in Spanish? I don't want to sound ignorant. Secupos Prenoslid living quarters. Okay, so something something, personalized living quarters, blah 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 blah. Space is limited. We feel we make up for it with a fully stocked armory located on the 4th floor. So 4th floor, lots of guns. Got it. Warning, flooding. System has detected flooding on the 3rd floor. All doors to the 3rd floor have been automatically shielded. Angela, you say the show won Best Video Game Show Adaptation Prize at the Game Awards? Oh, well, that's highly regarded. That sounds good. And then, warning, reactor. The system has detected moderate damage to the reactor. Please be advised of high radiation levels on the 4th floor. Got it. And here's the log. Blah, blah, blah. When the riots started, the Overseer removed free access from the armory. We can't even defend ourselves. Blah, 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 blah. For whoever's fault it is. For whoever finds it. This message for whoever finds it. Most of it was quite garbled. 10mm submachine gun. Now we're talking. This was the gun that I had been waiting for this whole game. Whenever I saw 10mm ammo, I was like, there's got to be a 10mm sub, right? Doesn't even make sense that we're running around with a pistol, that everybody's got them. But a 10mm submachine gun is a chambered thing that you would expect to find. What? Alright, so these guys appear to be rather armored. I wish I lived with my wonderful shotgun that I didn't get, but it's okay. We're just going to get the baseball bat and go to war here. Let me get my bat. These guys are much more fierce than I am. I'm dead. Okay. How do I tackle this? It may be that sinking all of my points into speech is not a very good plan. Alright, one more time with feeling. Alright, so single zombie here. I cannot wait when enemies are nearby. Great! So there's going to be a ton of them there, so can we just dynamite them? The answer seems like maybe. You know, the chopper seems to do a good enough job. Whoa, boy, that scared me. All right. Yes, unfortunately, my high speech is not that useful. It's a shame. But there we go. Here's our 10mm sub. Oh, yeah, just look at it. It's a freaking cannon. Radiation solvers, 10mm rounds. All of this is very nice. And this guy is like trying to holler and yell. He used almost his whole life just screaming at me. But you know, sometimes zombies are surprised and they gotta holler. Alright, we got a door here. It is going up, which is bad, because, you know, the armory is lower. But we should be trying to clear this place anyway. After all, we have to walk back out of it. They are really hollering, but I don't see them, so, you know, whatever. I'm sure they're doing a good job. Hey, another one of these things. Magnificent. So the important thing about this is we're finding things to manage radiation, because this place is constantly irradiating us. One a second. But if we eat both of those, then we're down to normal. And of course, when we get hit by these folks, we also get irradiated. But if we just swim around real quick, we don't want to turn our back to this one. Don't want to be taking those free hits. There we go. Chop, chop, chop. Just running through them with a butcher's cleaver. Very intimidating stuff. And wherever that Joker is, you know, hailing from, at least we're in better shape now. Alright, we're just going to have that. Alright, so clinic left, utility left, equipment room left, overseer's office to the right. The overseer's office should be illuminating. Should be something to learn. Alright, they are in there. The door is inaccessible. If they bust out, we'll know that's where they came from. Heavy radiation through that way, through the flooding. We should be trying to clear this first. We cannot sleep when enemies are nearby. Well, that's a shame. I sure would like to. Alright, and here we're trying to find a way out. We're not really trying to open lockers. Alright. Now, although these vault dwellers are dead, I don't know if we're in any better shape because of that being true. There seem to be a lot of them. And this is where we got our one gun. Alright, so I think that underwater thing... Oh. They opened up the operations door somehow. Is somebody in here controlling these doors? Because that was locked. Let's go see if we can get to the Overseer's office. It requires a key. The plot thickens. That water would kill you in real life? Oh yeah, for sure. Alright. That didn't work. There was a body. There we go. Vault 34 security terminal password. Oh, sorry, Edie. I didn't mean it. You scared me. Now we just need to find a wall for the security. So the Overseer's office, that password will work, but if we find the security thing, now we've got our password for that terminal. All we have to do is run it down. Another 10 mil. This is excellent because weapons in this game combine to improve their qualities. So very, very happy to do that here. Saves you on carry weight, makes everything strong. Is our armor totally busted? Yeah, our armor's totally busted. That's why we're weak. Oh, there's a lot of people in the clinic. Oh my goodness. Anybody else hiding out? Alright, here's a wall safe. It is average. Our skill is 75, so we can, I think, get into a difficult one. I think average is 50, but... Alright, so... Alright, now we're talking. This is going to give us enough radiation reducers to travel through this place the whole time. The clinic was what we needed. Alright, so we take a Radaway and a Radex. We take another Radaway. We take one more Radaway, and now our radiation level is low enough where we're not going to be constantly getting hurt by it. The auto dock is broken, but the diagnostic scanning unit still works. Another 10 mil, loving it. First aid box, good stuff. .10 mil pistol. These people really knew how to shoot the big shots. Everything in this whole vault is chambered in 10 millimeters so far. EDE, once again, just like terrifying me by opening doors for me. Alright, is it just this, or is there any information to be given? So what we can really gain from this is that there was a clinic, they had a ton of anti-radiation stuff, so it's like a known problem. It was in the safe, so it wasn't freely available to everyone, perhaps. And I can't sleep yet. Enemies are nearby. And that's the water of trouble. But we need to go to the security office. I don't think operations will get us there. Yeah, so they've got like a strange power plant sort of thing going on in there. Systems room, but everything's busted. Where's the security office? Stairs, very helpful. Alright, it's not there. Perhaps it is left. I don't think we've gone left. We should expect to find enemies. Enemies! But due to our swift cutting, by the time that they were capable of even seeing us, they were already on the ground. Wonderful. You know, perhaps they were going to invite us in for tea, but I doubt it. Here we go, a terminal. This is the same... Is this the same terminal we found earlier? Well, there was a new guy there. It was the same information. We need the security terminal, and this is the mere office terminal. Like, where are they at that they are making a racket like that? Like seriously, what? Where? Whom? Alright, so nothing in here. We've got the password, but we need to go downward. Ghoul here, doing their little dance. We're sick with radiation poison again. Time for Radaway and Radex and various cures. Like, is there anywhere to go besides where we've been? Yeah, because this is just Overseer's office stuff. And we can't get in there, right? Right. Is there anything in the clinic besides all the stuff we found? There was the wall safe with all the radiation things. There's the thing that doesn't work. And we absolutely cannot get in here without the key. Alright, so back to the water, I guess. I cannot sleep while being irradiated. Alright, well, that's a thing. Oh, you can't wait while being irradiated either. So we can't wait while we're inside here at all. Do we try to leave, knowing that if we do, we can die? No, we save anyway. We don't have to save with an autosave. Alright. Just because, look, I don't want to drown in this dumb water because I don't pay very much attention and then be condemned. Can I open this door? Be condemned to doing all of this over again. Can I open any doors? No. Oh. You know, that's why I saved. That water would kill me in real life, because I'm not very smart. Alright, so I gotta feel like there's nothing down here that I haven't already found, right? We found the password on the body, we just don't know where to take the password. We just need to find a place for the password. I died again. You know, maybe I need to read the password, even though I picked it up. Bonneville. Got it. Maybe if we go to one of those earlier things and write in Bonneville, it'll work. Oh, I found a new place. I found a new place, guys. That one said armory. Apparently, I just found a different way to turn, and that's all I needed to do. Got it. Carrying on. What? What? Oh! Oh, that made my skin just crawl. I was paying attention to something else, and then... Oh! Oh, man. The way that they just shrieked pain. Oh, man, that, do not like. Yikes. Okay. Because it makes it seem like they can talk, and that's its own implication, isn't it? Hey, we got a security helmet and security armor. That'll be good. Now we look like one of them. Yeah, the zombie said pain. And here, this terminal needs a science skill of 100 to hack it, which I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I don't have 100 science. So the password we have is for a different terminal, quite clearly. Oh, wow. EDE just totally roasted him. Knocked him down with the flamethrower, and then I got to come clean up. Nice. Elite. Overseal's journal fragments. Now we're talking. Page 65. Real trouble began when a fair number of residents began to call for population control. Yeah. Foreseeing the issue spiraling out of control, I ordered one of the technicians to hook up a locking mechanism linking the armory door to the terminal in my office. The news of the armory being closed off angered a sizable group of residents. They stated it was their right to defend themselves, and they demanded they be given access to the armory once more, and I, of course, denied this request. Well, I wonder what happened next, buddy. I sure do wonder. It seems like he poisoned all of them. Alright. The door to the armory's been opened. We're taking 2 radiation a second. We can't be spending too much time down here. We need to eat our radiation reducer. Alright, equipment room this way. What? What? No! No! Don't like! Why does he have light in his eyes? What? No, no, absolutely not! Well, that's all they wrote for me. Okay, so, in conclusion, some of these guys are a lot punchier than others, and they were not fooled by my armor. Well, you know what that means. I'm out of dynamite. Oh no, I'm out of dynamite. I got a long fuse dynamite. Oh no, I can't. I think I've just betrayed my companion who went in there. And then I EMP'd my buddy because he went in there. It's alright, you know, we can't help it. Oh no! Alright, I think I'm not good enough for this game. No, that's not true. I'm just too low level and stupid. Alright, what would a smart person do? They'd go in with a silenced gun and shoot them in the face, right? Yeah, he wouldn't even see it coming. Okay, he saw it coming. Bad news. Alright, well, the crit was nice, but... No, stop talking! Don't talk to me or my robot ever again. And that door requires a key. Of course it does. We're gonna have to walk through some goo. Please have stim packs. It's only has a couple stim packs. And that door is busted. Is there anywhere else to go out of here? No, apparently not. Anything we're ignoring? No, apparently not. Can't get through that way, so it's just here. Alright, so we can't get through to there. Are they gonna open it for me? Fake wall? I don't know what to do. I guess we have to go back upstairs again. And try to find a key. That's so annoying. I really thought like we were getting somewhere. You know, we'll probably have to go down here and find something to... We'll save first, because if we don't, we'll drown several times. Oh, and that one needs a key too. Great. And we drowned again. Alright, the utility terminal password. That's good. That is the one we need. Oh no, I'm gonna drown again. No, no, let me out. No, I don't want to die. I don't have enough. I don't have enough health to take very many more hits. What? Where'd you come from? I killed all of them. Alright, we might have to leave just because I'm, like, dying. Thunderbird, they like cars, got it. So, here we go. Hey, we attack the armor, finally get the things we need to weed, need to win, show them population control. Activate pump station. Alright. Maybe that's going to get rid of the water. But I don't know. Alright. Yeah, so I think we just gotta leave if we can. And come back later. I really hate to do it, but I don't think I have a choice. That's not the way out. It's all the worse because it's like a really long run out of here, right? And you can't fast travel it. And I don't know where it is. Alright, and here we would need to go upstairs somehow right here. Yeah. You know, on the upside, we did get an absolute ton of 10mm ammo. On the downside, our entire supply of medical supplies is gone. The armor's broken, and we're poisoned. But if you ignore those problems, we are doing well. We can always fast travel back here again when we need. Which I'm like incredibly loath to stop in the middle of doing this, which means I'm not. I'm just going to try to restock up. The bodies of our headless enemies are falling, you know, as they are wont to do.
Hey there.
Feeling thirsty?
All right. Anything else to sell to her? Do we really need to carry the plasma rifle? I mean, if we don't, then we won't ever use the things, though. Ranger gray hat, gotta keep that. Do I need the silence pistol? It only weighs 3.
Another satisfied customer.
Yeah, I guess we go to the dock and try to buy stim packs. You know.
You looking to buy some supplies?
We can buy tons of ammo here. The armor piercing isn't very good at being armor piercing, is it? Doesn't sell dynamite. $13 stim packs. All right, there we go. We'll buy all of them. Extended mags for the varmint rifle, yes.
Another satisfied customer.
So there, you mod it with X, and there we go. Now it's got more bullets. We need to buy some more 5.56.
You looking to buy some supplies?
I'll just buy a 122 long rifle. That'd be fine.
Another satisfied customer.
We'll just talk to the doc real quick, see if he can get us patched up. You know, this armor is busted. I can't put on my other armor because it's broken. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I took off my awesome armor and now I have this dumb armor on. They're both broken. They're both broken, but I can't wear my broken armor. Ridiculous.
Welcome back.
You know, did that solve my radiation? If it didn't, I could have just laid in a bed and I just waste 50 caps.
How are you holding up?
Oh, well, there you go.
How are you holding
It's
up?
expensive to come over here. I need medical supplies. All right. Now we've got way more supplies. We've got dozens of stim packs. We got all this. I would like to get a shotgun, but I sold all my old ones and I don't know where to get any more. So we're just going to go right back and get back to it. Vault 34. Attempt 2. I swear if these jokers have already respawned, I'm going to respond with 10mm bullets out of this ballin' submachine gun. Never should have come here. So, Now we're at the point that happens in every vault for me, where I get lost and can't figure out what I'm supposed to do, but I can't leave because I'm like way too interested in the story and in completing what's going on. Alright, so I've got a couple passwords from bodies that drowned, because that's a good place to find passwords. Everybody knows that. Like, I wonder if you had 100 science, what that one terminal does when you hack it. I wonder so much. But I don't believe this is like a locked to the skill level thing. It never seems to be like that in the vaults, right? It's just like, if in one of the vaults it was like I could lockpick a door and then I didn't have to do an encounter, right? But it wasn't like you won't ever have to do it. They gave you a way to not have the ability and still get it done, which I assume will be here. Should I sit at the desk and learn? That won't help. Yeah, so we have a security terminal password, a utility terminal password, and the knowledge that the door locks are linked. Yeah, we still can't get in here, so that's where we're at. Okay. How do we figure out where to go from here? Oh, I found another door. Good news. Oh, I did the pump. And this is the area that they got opened up. So now we're talking. Okay, I got the pump controls. First of all, this vault security guard is about to have a bad time. We are close to level 11. We are getting 4 radiation per second while we're down here. And we don't have any, like, rat away. All we have is radiation resistance. We have got to move. We can't be messing around. And I wish they would quit doing that thing where they look like they're doing a wizard spell. It makes me nervous. Alright, welcome to level 11. If we keep on dying, we'll see this a lot. 50 for guns, 35 for melee weapons, 70 for speech, because the breakpoints like to go in groups of 5, and a tiny bit of sneak? Sure. No perk this time. Alright, we need to move. We gotta move quick. Here's a terminal. Disengage, lock to overseer. There we go. Now we just gotta get up again. And how do we do that? Through our foes. Oh no! Yeah, we need the overseer's office, which is... not this way at all, not this way at all. We used too many of our radiation curing things, and I think it took us too long to figure out what we were supposed to do here. Might end up sealing our doom. Yeah, because we don't need to be down here yet. Alright, how do... I keep getting lost, which is really bad when you're dying slightly because of time. Oh god, maybe if I put on my little flashlight, that'll help. Alright, Overseer's office. We gotta be prepared for a fight here. Inaccessible. Knock knock. What's up, man? You want to talk or something? Yeah, you done messed up, Overseer. Alright, we got his password. Activate terminal. Here we go. Open the reactor door. So we shut down the reactor to help the farms, I guess is what we're supposed to do? Could result in a meltdown. Okay, if there's anyone still alive out there, We need help. Someone planted a bomb in the pool where the lower level flooded. All the doors were automatically sealed. My family and viewers are trapped behind these doors. Someone could transfer control to the backup terminal. It could get us all out. Please help us. And then this says a group attacked. Something gamed attempts to repair or unsuccessful. Manual override exterior vents to buy us some time. Alright, so if we trust whoever wrote that note, we can put all the vault controls to another terminal, but it can't be undone, and we can't do it here. It's got to be in the reactor room anyway. So, more context, and now we have a quest, Hard Luck Blues. What does it dictate? So there's some farms. People we haven't met, I guess, that are sort of associated with this idea, but we haven't met them. And then the other quest is to help these people. So we can shut down the reactor or leave it on, and someone will benefit from one and not from the other. Got it. Now we just have to be able to get into the reactor, which is here? Which is here. Whoa! Scary broken glass sounds. Wish they would stop doing that thing. Alright, so log on admin, welcome overseer. So we could seal the ventilation and get rid of the people that are in here. And that would doom the people inside. But everyone in here is a zombie. Everyone that we've met. And this place is a danger to the outside. So what do we do? What do we do? Trust a note in a computer or try to solve this problem for everybody else. We're going to seal the ventilation. And now we have to try to get out of here before we die. What? That was weird. I've gained the Lord Death perk. Kill anything a lot. I think the problem is we're not going to be able to get out of here. I think we're definitely not going to be able to get out of here. I think we're going to... Oh no, yeah, Oh, I feel sick. So, how am I gonna do this? Do I have to leave again because I'm not strong enough to do this? I am bad at the game. Can I do anything here to make me not fail? Alright, so there's the turrets here. And then there's another turret there. And this weirdo is like being a huge weirdo. Okay, Alright. Yeah, I think I just didn't bring nearly enough stim packs. I think I need like 6,000 gold worth of stim packs. Okay, Overseer's Journal. We didn't read this earlier. Data corrupted. Alright, so blah blah blah. Sealed the door and posted guards to the surroundings began. They fought like dogs, rebels attacked the armory unsuccessfully. The reactor was damaged. Finally, most remain. Set limits on the growth of population. Sealed the door, blah blah blah. Many have died, losing their minds, attacking the healthy, with the group said to the southern section of the vault, sealed the halls behind them, with the hopes of escaping the fate of the rest of us. So there are people that are there, according to this. Alright, got the reactor door. So we're going to seal the external ventilation again. And now we're trying to get out of here. Wait, how many of them are down there? Jesus, no, that's not a door. Okay. I deserve to die. What a terrible player. What? No, stop that. Stop. I'm so bad. I don't even understand how to be good at this game. There's no movement. I can't. You know, maybe taking all those points in speech is bad. Oh, so we can fight back. Oh, right. I don't. I'm so confused. Alright, so it says it's locked. But why was it? Oh, I have to loot the overseer, obviously. I forgot to do it this time. Well, the good news is I absolutely did not have the radiation time to do this. There's no margin for me to be doing this. So for the millionth time, I'll complete this quest. Is he just gonna let me walk out this time? Oh great, the stairs doors are inaccessible. That's not great. Oh, so I don't know what's really happening here. I swore I just cleaned this whole place. I guess I leave again and give up. I hate to do it, but like you have to know when you're beat, right? And I literally can't do this. Not strong enough, not smart enough, combination of all of that. All right. Maybe if I come in here with 100,000 coins worth of stim packs. Okay, all right. Okay, well, it's pretty clear that this isn't gonna work. So I guess we just give up. Look how good I'm doing with finding the staircases out, huh? Yeah, that's something. Look how good I am at walking in and out of the place. Terrible play. But you know, what are you gonna do? When you're embarrassingly bad at a video game, you don't just get better at it. You merely have to accept it and walk away. So anyway, that's Vault 34. I can't do it. There you go. A very interesting area that I can't do. Bunch of interesting stuff there, and I can't do it. That's the story of Vault 34. I guess we made it to New Vegas, unless this is somewhere else. Yeah, see, the thing with Dark Souls is I didn't really play the games much. I played, you know, like my friend handed me a controller sometimes kind of thing. It's that if you get good, you can do it. But there, like, could I be good enough at the game to solve the problems I was having? Maybe? I don't know. I just don't know, and that's very frustrating too. To like be making a lot of narrative progression and then be like, "Oh, I just can't do this," you know. I literally can't. You know, you can't shield bash them because you don't have a shield. Could I be sneaking but they just spawn all around me? Could I be doing headshots? No, they run way too fast for the headshots to happen. Could I kill them with explosives? Maybe, but I don't have any and no one wants to sell them to me. Just not good enough at the game. I'm sure that there are people that could do it casually easily and I just don't know how to play, but I don't know how to play. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. It's just been me dying over and over and getting more and more annoying about it as it happens. Embarrassing. Like, how could you fail to kill zombies? Stupid. You know, I used to think I was good at video games. Not recently, but like a long time ago I did.
Evening. Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
Shoot me in the face.
My name's Frank Weathers. I'm a farmer, got a few hundred acres near Junktown. Well, I was a farmer. I Guess I'm not much of anything now. They're cannibals, slavers, and worse. I hear rumors they're one of...
Oh, so, how many times did I die? 10, 12, 15? I don't know.
Hey there.
Captain
Something I can
Parker,
help you
that's
with,
my
stranger?
name.
Captain Parker. I'm in charge of this camp. This here's where folks go when their luck runs out. Drifters up from the Republic, locals that can't turn a dime, drunken reprobates from all around. And if you don't have the caps to get... Well, I am a little short-staffed. Maybe you could give me a hand. Some people have gone missing from the camp lately. I haven't seen any signs of violence or heard about any feuds. They just up and vanished. And I've also got Keith and his gambling to deal with. I know that skunk's cheating folk out of their savings. I just can't prove it.
Tell me about
Keith's
this
a two-bit
Keith.
hustler. He runs a gambling operation out of his shack. Ask me, he wins way too often to be playing fair. I suspect he's running drugs, too. I just can't prove it. Maybe you can find something. Talk to him, poke around his shack, something. Some people
Yes,
have gone
tell me about the
missing from camp lately.
disappearances.
I haven't seen any signs of violence or heard about any feuds. They just up and left. I remember hearing some of the missing folks were doing business with Dermot and St. James, a couple of scavengers from Westside.
Suspicious.
Glad.
All right. We're going to investigate gambling or drug operations. But it's not a quest, it's just a thing. The coyotes is a quest. So we need to not follow the arrow and find some dude's shack. This is just like a place for drunks that the NCR runs. It doesn't seem like that's really their style. You know, I've learned that they just don't care. They don't care if you have a sword out. A lot of games are like that. Where, you know, because of the mechanic of how it would be annoying to have to put your gun on and off, they just ignore it. Or other stuff that's more terrible. So Dragon Age 2, there's mages and they're like, you know, disrespected and stuff. All right, so junkies are what these people are called in the NPC world, not really promising, hey, a caravan shotgun, that's good. We're going to go ahead and get that. The thing about the caravan shotgun is it's got armor piercing because we took a talent for it, and we've been needing a shotgun, and now we have one. It's a over-under 20 gauge?
Hey there. Fancy a game of Caravan?
Alright, so... for 25, be like, I sure could use some chemicals. You know anybody that sells them? Speech 60. And I'm going to be like, hey,
You know how
what
they
are you
say
doing?
You make your own luck? Well, let's just say I make mine with a little extra ink on the cards. Hey, it's not like I use them all.
Marking his cards makes sense. We'll poke around a little more. Might be able to get more.
Hey.
So we find like a stash, then, well, we can take the contraband. We wouldn't want anybody to be, you know, hurt by the presence of contraband. But in Dragon Age 2, so like magic was heavily discriminated against. But you could have a fight in the streets and like be throwing fireballs, and then afterward everybody would just be fine. And this is like a place where the whole government would be freaking out if somebody was like an unsanctioned mage, but because the game needed to let you be a mage, it just, ignored all that. I mean, but it's all about the happy medium, I guess, because what would be a better way of doing that? Having them arrest you if you ever used magic in the whole city? Most of the game took place in the city because they were, restricted on budget and didn't make a lot of environments or whatever. Ah, they don't want me looking in here, huh? Oh, he's got, the marked cards. We'll take them as proof. When we go to talk to the guy.
Evening.
Bert Gunnarsson.
Welcome, sister. How can I help you?
Oh, geez, Bert. You doing alright, bro? Voldemort cosplay kind of thing?
I give what aid and comfort I can. I have medical knowledge thanks to my time with the followers.
Can you
I
heal
would
me?
be happy to. Poor lost souls, most of them. They thought to come to New Vegas and find their fortunes on its shining strip. But the journey is often long, and the price to enter the city is steep.
Ah.
Those who could not pay ended up here, hoping to earn the cash
They charge you to
need.
get in,
Some
I guess.
find honest labor, but more fritter away what little they've saved on crooked gambling and cheap liquor. Still, I minister to them as I can.
Thanks, Bert. Nice talking to you. We've already talked to Frank, and these are just unnamed Fujis, so they won't be interesting. But old Mr. Parker here, as people sometimes hilariously call me, although that is my first name, and I am not James Bond. What? No. I proved he had the thing. What? I have proof.
Found out what happened to
Okay, so it won't let me report back with my findings because I haven't done the other thing too? You can't only do one quest, it seems.
Morning.
Have you found out what happened?
Alright, so he doesn't want to talk to me about the thing he asked me to do. That was him, wasn't it? It wasn't Frankie or nothing?
Oh, hello. We were crossed. You do that for a complete stranger? Thank you, my friend. From what I've gathered from NCR Rangers, they were most likely taken to Cottonwood Cove.
Alright, so his family got taken. Now, I just don't see why I can't report with my findings here.
Hey there. Have you found out what happened to the...
Alright, so he doesn't want to listen to anything except the refugees. So how do we solve it? We need to travel to West Side. Where's West Side? The west side of the city. Got it. Hello, friends.
We won't go quietly. Is there something I can do for you? I'll help. The Crimson Caravan. But if you're in the market for guns, go... There's a medic... Well, I know Major Daughtry is offering bounties on... You can find them...
Alright, so here's the NCR Sharecropper Farms.
Oh, you here to work? Well, the pump station is pretty run down. You could go take a look around the place, see if you find anything strange going on. What do you say?
Alright, so now this is what's sending me to Vault 34 where I was just at. These are the sharecroppers, which is, like, again, very typical for me in these sorts of games. I often discover things before the breadcrumbs for them.
I'm not a recruitment officer.
What can you tell me about the fields being guarded?
A lot of the crops grown here support the various NCR camps in the region. McCarran, Goff, and Forlorn Hope, to name a few. We can't have wastelanders popping in here for a free meal, so my squad and I are assigned to keep things from going to hell. Impressive, aren't they? You don't see anything like this outside of NCR territory, that's for sure. We get the water, clean water, pumped in from Lake Mead. If you follow the big pipes, they'll take you all the way to the lake.
And of course, in classic Fallout fashion, so these are called what? Sharecroppers Fields. And are they impressive? No, they're not. So what you have here is a military organization that is helping people do things, but fundamentally is just doing warlord stuff, you know. They secure the lake. Now they're protecting the farmers, but what's a guard do when there's nothing to do? Well, they still eat. You know, it's... And I'm not saying that all military protection of agricultural enterprises is a racket, but maybe this is.
I can help you with? Sure do. Came from the hub on account of the Thaler Act. Farming's decent work, but the whole thing's a bum deal.
Is it a bum deal because they're exploiting your labor?
Bad
Yep, there you
soil
go.
and ration water. It's to be expected around here. But the rationing's off. Worst part is NCR won't admit it. Pretty hard to meet their crop quotas with 20% less water than we're supposed to be getting. Not that OSI cares about any of this. Something the politicians back in Shady Sands came up with. They pay us to move here and farm the land.
Oh yeah, smart.
Even protect the fields. Everything I can. Farmers out here don't have the luxury of being picky. I get by mostly on maize and tobacco. They're part of the deal. A lot of folks come to New Vegas and lose everything in free side of the strip. They get hungry, desperate, and try to take our hard work. Much as I sympathize.
So, good, hard-working people. Non-radioactive water. Quite a rarity in these parts. So now we know why we would be going to Vault 34, and what the stakes are. I mean, I'm inclined to say we still, you know, close the valves and clean up the place for these farmers. Not least because I've died a whole lot in there. Am I injured? No. Okay. We're just gonna walk right up this way. It looks like this is a traveling trader.
Hey there. Need it?
Maybe we've talked to this one before. Dynamite, definitely. Now here, what do we sell? We're getting to have like too much random junk. Maybe we just sell the plasma rifle. And the silence pistol, we're never going to use it. And here we have another traveling merchant. Alright, Freeside's Eastgate.
Hello.
You robbed me, kid? Somebody wants to fight.
Come on!
Never should have come here. Oh, we got a straight razor. Ain't that cute? Freeside is probably the part of town that you don't have to pay to get into. Thus the name. Let's see, Mick and Ralph's. What do we got here? It's a laundromat?
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. I only offer services if the king gives the okay.
who is the king?
If you haven't... The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here.
Let's say a resourceful fellow such as yourself must have something on the side.
All right.
Yeah. Speech,
Yeah, I've got a little
hooray!
side business going.
Speech is the
What I'm
best.
about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection.
Perfected it to the point
No
of
one can
perfection.
distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is
Ah.
passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip passport which will fool even the most well-trained eye. Hey, if you're interested in having
500?
caps, they go for
That
500.
seems good.
Any less, and it ain't worth the risk of getting caught. What do you say? You game?
We'll tell him we have enough money. I don't know how much money we need.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. For general...
Alright, what's he got? $45.70. Oh, nice. 50 cal. Like, sell me a gun. Stop just showing me the ammo. Show me a good gun. Hunting rifle. So this is what we need. A 308 rifle. Alright, he's got a bunch of stuff, but we don't want to buy any of it. Do you have any
Why?
special items? I will say no. Hey, he doesn't work for the casino and he's going to take me to his secret room. Oh, is he going to open a refrigerator? Oh my goodness, nice.
Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
Apparently we had to fool him into opening up where the good guns are. Grenade machine guns. I don't think I want any of these, but I'm glad we found the secret room. Seems like a nice shop. Be a shame if something were to happen to it. Alright, so 500 bucks for a passport, whatever that means. Little flag thing over here. Let's see what's going on with that. I thought that rat was messing with me, but it looks like these thugs are in for some trouble. So we're just going to chase them down. No idea what they're up to, but the EDE knows they're bad. Well, they lost me. Oh, here. He's telling me to follow him. Or is he leading me into a trap?
Check it out. Between the... What's
Oh,
your
look, a
rush?
body.
The boys and I here want to get to know you better.
We're about to do, Yep. In conclusion... Oh, sheriff's hat. That'll be nice. Little spiked knuckles. That's good. The shotgun pretty good. We got armor piercing on it. I think maybe if we went to fight the ghouls with the shotgun, we could do it. But we're in the middle of a gang fight right now, and we're not stopping until we get some of it taken care of.
Whoa, whoa! Careful!
I was careful. Yeah, because what was the exact thing on the perks? I forgot what it did, but... Shotgun Surgeon. Yeah, it ignores 10 points of the damage threshold, so it basically makes it like it has big armor piercing on all of it. Even if it's not like a slug or something. Like, I don't even know what rounds am I using in this thing? Generic 20 gauge round. Sure, man. That's not you know. What kind of shotgun round? A 20 gauge round. Yeah, I know. You said it was chambered in 20 gauge. But what kind of round? I guess the specific kinds of shotgun rounds aren't in the game. Maybe they're in the gunrunner's arsenal that I don't have available. So, we're just going to try one more time. No, first we're going to try to discover gunrunners. In Acme Realty? No. Oh, that would be over here. We're going to try to discover this place so that we can fast travel to it. Is the kid trying to shank the rat? I think so.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing just fine, kid. What's up? Back to chasing the rat.
Hi, how are you today? We're gonna have rat tonight.
Yep. There you go. Gonna have rat tonight. Old Las Vegas Mormon State Historic Park. Sure. Beatrix Russell.
Howdy. I've been around a while, currently working for the followers as a gun for hire, but it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply ship, the one researcher I liked who I could chat up about liquor got transferred. And the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun. I joined up looking for a decent paying job. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I've been around long enough to observe the... Hey. Longing makes the heart grow fonder.
I don't actually have questions.
Hello.
I appreciate how you've been helping us so far.
So these are the followers of the apocalypse, and
The
that
followers are always on the
Ignacio
lookout for
guy,
new friends like yourself.
us being cool with him is why this is all good. And they just have like beds of gamblers hanging out, convalescing. No idea what's in those boxes. Probably it's frightening.
What's... Hi.
Arcade
If you're looking
Ganon.
for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher. Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here.
Bye,
Out
Angelo.
of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it
Thanks
is a
for
bit
hanging
boring.
out.
Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended.
Why don't you come with me?
No offense.
Oh. Well, we're only 5 away from being able to convince him, but...
Pulling bullets out of a vengeance-crazed drifter is truly a noble step up from tending to the downtrodden of Freeside.
Well, if we level up again, we can come back and talk to that guy and make him join us. Even though he doesn't want to. Well, at the very least, we'll pass the test. Guess what you say, you haven't seen this game in years? Yeah, you know, I'm not very good. So, we're going to go back in here and try 1 or 2 more times. Now that I've got my shotgun and slightly more stim packs. And hopefully most of them are still dead. We haven't been gone that long. And now we actually have the quest to be here, unlike before when we just found the door. But maybe not, because did those... Yeah, we thought we picked those rounds up already, but that might have been in the past, and we might have died in between then and now. Max Charisma. Yeah, my stat line... I took a lot of speech points early, yeah. So it's like 7 Charisma, and then we took some Perception, Endurance, and Agility and stuff, and then, skill-wise, 75 lockpicking, we have 70 speech, and then, you know, 50 gun and stuff. I'm not very good. So we came here, and not being good was even worse than before. But we cleared out a lot of it, just kept dying all the time. And you get irradiated from being inside, but there's apparently some people... They left a message in the computer system that were like, we're still alive, but, you know, anybody could have written that. I'm like, wait, is this where we wanted to go? Yes. Why did I think the shotgun was going to be better? Shotgun doesn't do anything. Alright. That's 6 of our 10 stim packs gone already, because I'm terrible. So first, I forgot to get the password. So you get the password, which is probably stupid. Sunflower, sure. Then you go down here, and then there's a guy right here that comes around this corner. Alright, something is... Did I open the console? Okay, yeah. So you go in here, and then maybe there's more guys? So you talk to this thing, and it's fine. Because you're like, hey, there's an SOS. Hey, we're gonna log in. We open this door. We go in here. We use this console because it's the only one authorized. And then we seal the ventilation and complete the quest, which I had done before this even happened. Now do we just try to run out? Because if I fight, then it won't work, right? So do I just like try to rely on not going the wrong way? Because I've already gone the wrong way. Maybe we'll be able to escape. Nope, not that way. Because I think we're about to melt from radiation sickness. Because, like, what's left? Okay, now we've done the thing, and we've completed the quest. We still need to come back eventually, because there's an armory, and we know it's there, but we haven't really been inside. So there's, like, you know, stuff going on to still be looted, potentially. But we'll need to get significantly stronger. Or get like 15,000 more coins worth of stim packs. Because I just brought like 1,000 in and just used all of them in like a minute. Alright, good stuff. And here we just bounce on over to Good Springs and the doctor to cure us, I guess. And the dead bodies of our foes fall down again because they haven't despawned. We keep on coming back to shop. So in conclusion, those security guard guys, I thought with the shotgun, like, that they were heavily armored maybe. It doesn't seem like they were. They just were much tougher than I was. But ultimately, I was able to, you know, bravely run away. Alright, there we go. Radiation is taken care of. Bunch of shots from somewhere.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
He waited 8 hours to finish his thought. Inspiring.
What is it?
Trent Bascom says he's not getting his water.
The Office of Science and Industry has carefully calculated the amount of water needed for these crops. The whole thing is handled by computer.
Oh, that's
Besides,
smart.
Most of these crops look fine to me. If the farmers can't handle the job, they shouldn't have signed up in the first place. If there really is a problem, they can take it up with Lieutenant Boyd at McCarran. Farming isn't my department.
What a jerk. So we fixed the water, but nobody wants to say anything about it. Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta help people out of the goodness of your heart, I guess. Yeah, but it doesn't even authorize us to pick anything. Nice little raised bed sort of thing. Doesn't make sense that they would be growing like corn in raised beds like that. Doesn't make sense at all, but what are you gonna do? Alright, in conclusion, I think that's all that there is. I don't think anybody in these fields wants to talk to me ever again. Who knows even where they are? Not me. This guy doesn't care that we turned the water on and none of the farmers are around to compliment me. None of them? None of them. What's the point of being a hero when they won't even say nice things? Yeah, 'cause like, where's it even at? Didn't we just complete something? We couldn't go to the guy about the poker game. We couldn't actually talk to anybody about completing this vault quest. I wonder what the point is in doing anything. You know, the satisfaction and love of the game. I mean, I don't need to be rewarded. The mystery of the vault was interesting all on its own. I just had hoped for a little bit of acknowledgement, I guess. Whatever. Well, Like, how do I explain to these people that I died like 25 times trying to get them their water, and now they won't even say good job? Like, what's it all for? I want to shoot him. I'm not going to. I want to shoot him. I don't understand. Like, where are the farmers? There used to be farmers here, and now I fix everything and they disappear? Where did they all go? They're not working. They used to be here. This is very frustrating. They don't even have the fence there. Got like a cloning setup there, very practical. Well, I guess the sharecroppers got tired of the operation, cut through the fence, and left. Whatever. I don't need to be rewarded for completing things. It just makes me feel like it's pointless. I mean, I guess it's fine. I didn't know that all the good feelings for everything in the vault were going to be over before I left it. I thought I would get one thing. It doesn't matter. Welcome to Las Vegas. Will someone here talk to me about what a good person I've been?
If it's bad news, you can take it up with the Colonel. Damn right. I've got 3 fiends I want dead. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nafai. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef if you believe the fiends we've captured. Probably the craziest of the lot. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good NCR men, and plenty of mercs too. You go after them. One thing I should tell you about Cook. Piece of shit is pure animal. Also, he's got a flamethrower, and he's damn good with it. Only one man.
So this dude's a monster. Got it.
Buster. So he.
Well, I definitely want to put this dude in a grave.
Talks big, but he's still alive, so he can't be completely full of shit. I think he's out in the yard waiting to. One more thing. If you want the full reward, you need to bring me a recognizable head. That means no headshots, no decapitations till after they're dead, and no damage to the face. If you want, you bring me a head that looks like a rotten tomato. Good.
I bet we're gonna mess up the head. They'll forgive us. If only I was willing to take stuff from these people. Alright, so this person is punching some armor. Ah, little Buster.
Let me guess.
You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me. The rapist with the flamethrower? Yeah, that's a combination I was stalking him for a while. Real good at that. Watching people from where they can't see me, you know? Only one thing I learned about that asshole. Keeps a bunch of Brahmins. Most of them he roasts whenever he feels like it. But there's one. Must be his pet or some shit. Doesn't let anybody near that Brahmin.
Alright, so we need to go and kill that dude's favorite Brahmin, and then that'll make him go 10 of spades, Sergeant Bitterroot, Corporal Betsy, Corporal Sterling. What a magnificent mustache, Sterling! Love it!
Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had.
Remember everyone?
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place. I call her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different. Used to be a ranger, one of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. Vegas always chewed men up. Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me, so they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said.
Well, he walks alright now, so that's good.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Oh boy, there's a whole non-functioning casino here. Guard at the front.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
It's a crazy thing to say. Ah, an interrogation room. Where a guy from Caesar's Legion looks like he is. Tell me the story.
Like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Can I lie?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to
Sounds like
cooperate.
a spy.
Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Yeah, have you tried being rude to him?
Yes, And one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye. Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice.
No truth trucks.
Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. I like the way you think. Problem is that
have
the
you tried
NCR
beating him up
frowns on
yet?
using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're
Hey,
not
there
in
we
the
go.
NCR.
I'll go in and hit him with
Plus,
a bat.
for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Alright, so torturing prisoners. Yeah, it's not great, is it?
Ah, tear my heart out, why don't you? Well, maybe you can find a way to play with his mind, get him out of his comfort zone. People lose their heads and say things they regret, especially if they underestimate you. This dickhead would underestimate a nuclear missile. Plenty of ways to skin a cat. That's the spirit.
Alright.
Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant. I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
Oh, pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make
Real
sure the
sicko.
slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that...
Alright, now I want to hit him with a bat.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Hey, buddy.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm? You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
Yeah, you must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves. To have conflict removed
This guy's
from
the
their
worst.
They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors. I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. I don't know. I thought she seemed like a nice lady.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have her torn apart by dogs.
Yep,
if you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Your tactics are a joke.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Nothing in his pockets.
We don't have anything to...
Here we go. I want to know how a coward can retain the rank of Centurion.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
So Silus doesn't know anything about Rome. He's just cosplaying. If he thinks that a Roman wouldn't approve of death on the battlefield in that manner. Being captured is objectionable. You look even weaker.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was
keep on listening
mission,
here,
but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot. I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
I don't believe him.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
See, don't you feel better?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that. Get away from me.
I want to hit him. But I'm acting right.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission. Yep.
Alright, she's not here anymore.
Watch out!
Alright, I feel better now. Oh well, yeah. I feel better now. That wasn't You know, torturing a guy, we already got the information. That was me executing him because he had it coming. I regret nothing. They're probably going to be mad at me, but I don't care. Anyway, that's why you can't send me to interrogate people. But there's that.
Evening.
And, well, I think that'll do it for the video today. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I don't approve of, you know, roughing up prisoners, but that guy, what are you gonna do, right? When he started talking about how he liked to treat people that he had power over, I just started thinking, why don't we punch him in the face with some brass knuckles? It worked out well. I think it worked out pretty well. No one's ever gonna know I did it. They're gonna blame it on that other lady, and it'll be fine. It'll be okay. It's Vegas. What are you gonna do? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. A terrible video where I did barely anything, but you know, it was fine. It's a good time. I'll see you later. Good night, Natasha.